Hello, my name's Laura and today I'm going to be showing you how to make some marshmallows. So I'm just going to run through the ingredients with you first. This is a really simple recipe, it just takes a little bit more time, and as long as you follow the steps you'll have no problems. So what I've got here is 250 grams of icing sugar. Today I'm using the raspberry ripple, but you can use any of our natural flavoured icing sugars. I've then got 200 grams of granulated sugar, some water, 180 ml of warm water in here, 3 sachets of gelatine, and then I'm going to be using 200 grams of the liquid glucose. Now these are 140 each, so I'm going to be using a full tube and a little bit of the other one. And then I've just got the utensils that I'm going to be using as well there. So to start with, I'm just going to take the 180 ml warm water here and I'm going to add in my sachets of gelatine. So we just need to pre-get this ready. So just get all them in. We just need to get this ready because we're going to come back to it later. So you just need to give that a good whisk. And until I need this, I'm just going to keep coming back and giving it a whisk just so that it sets without any lumps. Okay, so I've got a heavy based saucepan here. Heavy base just means that it's tougher on the bottom so that the heat is evenly distributed on your pan. So I'm just going to set that onto a medium heat. And I'm going to add into there all of the granulated sugar. And I'm just going to add in 200 grams of the icing sugar. So I'm just going to leave a little bit in there. Let's leave 50 grams. We're going to use that later. And then I'm going to add in 3 tablespoons of water. It's just normal water out of the tap. And then I'm going to add in 200 grams of the liquid glucose. Now I just find it easier to snip off the top and add all that in rather than use the little opening that it's got. Just squeeze all that in. And then I'm going to be using 60 grams out of this one, which is just a little bit less than half. Okay, and I'm just going to mix all that in now. So you need to be careful that you don't knock any out of the pan. I'm just going to stir all that in because this is going to make our syrupy base for the marshmallows. So the heat is just melting that sugar with the glucose syrup liquid and the water, and it's just going to melt down. You just need to keep stirring it at this moment. And it will get easier to stir once it has melted down a bit. So I'm just going to leave that for a minute to melt down. Okay, so now we're going to prepare the tin. So here I've just got the Paul Hollywood brownie tin. And I've got some cling film, and we're just going to line the tin so we need it to come over a little bit on both sides. So we'll just stretch that out there and snip off some, and that's because later when we put the marshmallows into set we're just going to wrap it up. So push the cling film into the corners as best you can. When we put the marshmallow in later, it will weigh it down. So I've got some vegetable oil here, and I've got this little pastry brush, and we're just going to spread some oil all over the cling film. This is just going to stop the marshmallows from sticking later when we want to get it out after it's set, because the marshmallow is very sticky until till it's set and we've rolled it in the icing sugar and corn flour mix later. So we just want to put a little bit in there, and then again some here. I'm just doing this now while we're waiting for our sugar mixture to be ready. To make sure you get the sides as well. Okay, and then just coming back over to our sugar mixture. So this is melted down now, and what we're waiting for now is for this mixture just to start bubbling, which is going to take another couple of minutes. So you don't need a thermometer to do this, you just need to keep an eye on it. So just keep giving it a stir every now and again. And we're just waiting for those bubbles. Once the bubbles are there, 5 minutes from that point is when this mixture is ready. And again, the gelatine, you just need to keep whisking that throughout, just to make sure that it doesn't set with any big jelly blobs in it, because that will show in our marshmallow later. So just keep giving that a little stir when you can. Okay, so now that the sugar mixture is melted and we've got these little bubbles in to show that it's up to the heat temperature that we need, I've let it boil like this for the last 5 minutes. So I'm just going to take it off the heat now, and just again take it off the heat underneath and just give it one more stir. So we just want to let it have a minute just to cool down a little bit. Throughout, while I've been waiting for that to cook, I've been whisking my gelatine again, just because as it sits there, the longer it sits, it starts to develop the little gelatine pieces, which we want it to be even throughout our marshmallow. We don't want it to start forming too soon in here. You can use the veggie gel as well if you're a vegetarian. It works exactly the same way, same process, just the fact that it's vegetarian. So I've got my stand mixer here ready with the whisk attachment, and what we're going to do is we're going to pour in the sugar mixture. You need to make sure that you're being very careful not to get any on yourself, because this is very hot. So we just want to pour all that in. Give the gelatine one final mix, and we're just going to put that on a medium setting. Just get that plugged in. We're just going to let that mix just slightly, just so it can cool a little bit. I'm just going to give that a minute on its own, just whisking gently. So while that's doing that, I'm just going to bring back over the tin so that it's ready and we need to use it. Now, if you do want to colour your marshmallows, then you need to have the colouring ready so that you can have that about 7 or 8 minutes in to after we've added the gelatine. So you just need to be prepared that you've got everything ready. Just give that one more minute. So as you can see, it's starting to thicken up already, and that's without the gelatine in there. And it's cooling now because we've put it into this mixing bowl. Okay, so now we're going to pour in the gelatine. And you just want to pour all of that in. And then we're going to put it back onto a medium whisk, and we're going to leave it for the next 10 to 12 minutes. So we'll just get it started. Okay, so the mixer's been on now for the last 10 to 12 minutes, and this is what you're looking for, this nice glossy white mixture. So I'm just going to scrape it down from the sides like that. And then I've got my tray here that we've already oiled before, and we're just going to scrape the mixture into the tin. And then I've just got my little palette knife here, which I'm just going to help to smooth over the marshmallow and scrape it off the spatula. So you just need to spread it out. You need to work quite quickly because it does already start to set as soon as it's in the tin. And what you're going to do is you're just going to fold over the excess bits of cling film that we've had just to secure it in, and the oil's going to stop it from sticking to the cling film. So you just need to tuck everything under like that, and we're just going to put that aside now for approximately 4 to 6 hours or overnight. Okay, so the marshmallow's now set, so we're going to slice it up now and get it ready to cover in this mixture here, which is 50 grams of the icing sugar plus 35 grams of corn flour, and I've just put it in there together and mixed it up. And we're going to cover the marshmallows once we've sliced them in this bowl, so it stops the marshmallows sticking to each other. So if I just open up our cling film here, and you can see that the marshmallow is set because it's very firm, so we just need to lift it out of the tin, and then I'm just going to tip it over onto the chopping board. Okay, and then you just want to slice it really how big you want it to be. So if you want nice big chunks or small chunks, that's entirely up to yourself. So I'm just going to do quite big chunks. You can see that the marshmallow is nice and fluffy when I slice it. And we'll just start with this first row. So you're just going to pop in a couple of chunks at a time into here. And then you just want to roll them around in this mixture like that, and then just give them a little tap off so you've not got too much on there, and there you go. It's your marshmallow ready to eat. A marshmallow can last up to 2 weeks in an airtight container. And here's all the marshmallow chopped now, so as you can see you do get quite a lot, and it's ready to eat, so enjoy.